Actually true. He has been as a pastor of this church for over 20 years, as a person who just turned 90. He has never said a word to me that was not a word of encouragement and was not a word of kindness. And that is a beautiful and powerful and sometimes rare thing with Pastor Meredith. And so I thank you. So, friends, Pastor Woodman.
Somebody tell me later on what he said. I don't hear his sermons till the day after I get it on my internet later on. The two things I want to do just before I give to you my melodious voice again. You see, I haven't forgotten about last year when I sang about how humble I was. I mentioned my melodious voice. I'm very humble. Two things I want to mention. First of all, an old friend of mine, he's 92, he died here 2 months ago, Don Pierce up in Jefferson. He and his wife were a team. He sang in the choir, she played the organ. But beside that, John, what did I say his name was? Don and I were very active in fraternal organizations. And we were very often asked to speak to these groups of people. Well, this is where Don had a problem. He was a very emotional fellow. He could be speaking along and a word would come into his mouth or out in his head, and all of a sudden he would tear up and he would choke up and he couldn't speak for a little while. So Don had a habit, after he recognized his failing, and it was that every time when he went to speak, he put a handkerchief up like that. Now the people were used to it. They knew that what that was for Don, it meant that it was going to be an emotional thing he would be talking about, and he might need that. And if he broke down, what he'd do, he'd push his glasses up on his forehead, and he'd take that and he'd dab at his eyes, and then he'd go on with whatever it was he was saying. And so I mentioned this tonight about Dawn and Laura, because she played the organ, he sang in church. I mentioned this because it's emotional what he went through, and this song that I'm going to share with you has an emotional background to it. So I'm going to put that up there just in case. You know, I might break down. I might forget what I'm going to say, too. The second thing that I want to speak to you about is that on Palm Sunday here in the church, I stood up to thank the people that sent me all the wonderful cards for my 90th birthday. And I got into my speech for about the 5th word, and I lost everything. I couldn't remember my own name. Well, I just stood there and I said, I forgot, you know, that's over 50 years I've been speaking to people, and I've never had that happen to me before. So I said to the people in church here, I said, I've lost it. I can't think of what I was going to say, but if I remember, I'll jump back up again, which I did. So it worked out. But because that happened to me, and it never happened before, even though I have sung this song that I'm going to share with you, I think it was around 7 million times I've sung the song. I exaggerate a little too. But just in case the same thing happens to me as happened to me in church on Palm Sunday, it's all written down right in front of me, and I won't lose myself. And so with that, I'm going to share with you Maggie. I wandered today to the hills, Maggie, to watch the scenes below. The church and the creaking old mill, Maggie, where we met in days long ago. The green grass is gone from the hill, Maggie, where first the daisy sprung. The creaking old mill is still, Maggie, since you and I were both young. But now we are aged and gray, Maggie, the trials of life nearly done. Let us think of the days that are gone, Maggie, when you and I were first young. A city so silent and lone, Maggie, with the young and the gay and the best, in polished white mansions of stone, Maggie, have you found a place for their rest? It's built where the birds used to play, Maggie, and join in the songs that were sung. For we sang as gay as they, Maggie, when you and I were both young. But now we are aged and gray, Maggie, the trials of life nearly done. Let us think of the days that are gone, Maggie, when you and I were both young. They say that I'm feeble with age, Maggie. My steps are less sprightly than then. My face is a well-written page, Maggie, and time all alone was the pen. They say we are aged and gray, Maggie, as spray by the white ocean flung. But to me, you're as fair as you were, Maggie, when you and I were both young. But now we are aged and gray, Maggie, the trials of life nearly done. Let us think of the days that are gone, Maggie, when you and I were both young.